It almost feels like a ghost town. What's the best way to describe it right now? Welcome to this very special episode of Travel with Trey. It's not the kind of episode I ever thought I would be doing, as we are in the midst of a viral pandemic right now with the coronavirus. I am a resident of Maryland, and Maryland has about 349 confirmed cases as of March 24th, which is today. My county only has about 5, so what I wanted to do for this episode was to travel into Baltimore City to some of the more popular entertainment areas, different districts, and see just how dead all the businesses are, see if there's anybody congregating, and just get a feel for how this virus has infected local businesses and local populations in the largest city in Maryland. As I head down here, I'm going to be practicing social distancing. I'm not interested in getting infected, so my video coverage will be done safely and securely. I certainly don't want to be around other people, and I'm sure they don't want to be around me. Everybody could be a potential carrier. This is a crisis of epic proportion. We certainly have never seen anything like this in our lifetime. And neither in our parents' lifetime as well. This isn't a once-in-a-generation thing. It's been a couple generations, maybe 3 or 4, since we've seen anything like this in the United States. The last major pandemic being the Spanish influenza. I've never seen the highway so dead in my life. So I jumped off at O'Donnell Street, and I'm going to head past Brewers Hill, and this will give you a sense of one ingress into the city, and it certainly looks dead. There's hardly any traffic. We approach Brewers Hill. So our next stop is Canton. This is a very popular area with the 20-somethings crowd. Lots of bars and entertainment venues. As you can see, not much going on. These streets are usually jam-packed with cars, and it's impossible to find a parking space. There's a couple businesses that are open. I'm surprised. So the streets here are usually brimming with people. There's nothing going on here. Cowboy Row just opened a couple weeks right before the coronavirus hit, and now they're probably taking a beating to their business. It's really a shame. There's no one in there. But this is crazy. This is one of the most hopping spots in Baltimore City, and there is no one out. It is a freakishly isolating experience. I don't know what kind of effect it's had on the crime, though, local crime. I would think there would be people out here, perhaps opportunists, taking advantage, but I'm not seeing a lot of anything. So let's move on. We checked out Canton. Let's make another stop or two. Now we're coming into Fells Point. This is another area, huge entertainment area in Baltimore, and as you can see, nothing, dead. Even though it's a Tuesday night, it's kind of crazy that this is unbelievable, actually. This would be like if you rolled up here at like 5 in the morning, 4 in the morning, looking for something. And I'm trying to do this mostly in the car because I don't want to walk outside and run the risk of getting infected by walking too close to someone or even touching stuff, you know. They're saying that this virus may live on surfaces for up to 17 days. So I don't want to be stupid. I may hop out, but I'm going to try not to touch anything. And I'm going over some crazy pavement right now. This is the Pendry, Kevin Plank's place. He owns this, and as you can see, this one is completely dead too. Kevin Plank is the owner of Under Armour and a fixture in the city here. Max's is a big hangout, a great beer destination. They are closed. And as I go up here a little further, Roto's Bar is right here, next to Moby's. These used to be, or they still are, I should say, two clubs, nightclubs. I used to work at Roto's. In my 20s, I was actually a DJ, and I DJ'd here. One of the oldest bars in Baltimore is the horse you came in on. It's notable because Edgar Allan Poe was said to have spent one of his last moments here, and now no one's here. Eerie. Unreal. So I think the picture behind me speaks to the seriousness of the situation. There's no one out. A couple people coming through, but Fells Point, another place that is usually hopping. Of course, on the weekends it's extremely crowded. The weekdays, though, they see a fair amount of traffic as well. There is nothing going on here. This is destroying the economy and just putting people out of sorts. I've never seen anything like it. Another crazy thing about this experience is the absolute lack of police presence around here. Now, you would think that you'd have at least 1 or 2 patrols maybe going around, checking on businesses, making sure that there weren't any break-ins or anything. But the truth of the matter is they need all first responders to be in the ready for coronavirus problems. And so there was even a mandate today. I don't know if it was necessarily a mandate, but I did hear it on the news here locally that they were trying to open up some of the prisons to let inmates out for fear that if the coronavirus gets loose in there, it would spread like wildfire, and it probably would spread like wildfire and infect a lot of the prison population. But now you're letting inmates out onto the street. So there's a lot of morally gray issues with this virus, whether to open the country back up, because people are losing jobs at an astronomical rate, and what happens with job loss. Unfortunately, lots of things, not just the loss of jobs, but if you feel like you can't take care of yourself or you can't take care of your family, there's the possibility of suicides, a lot more suicides. We saw it during the stock market crash in the late 20s and early 30s. And so it's not just about the people that are suffering from the coronavirus and whose lives you may be saving. It's this economic turmoil that we're in right now that could be taking a lot of people down with it, unfortunately. That's it from Fells Point. Let's move on to another entertainment district in the city. I'm going to go into Little Italy right now and just take a look and see how they're surviving. Little Italy. Little Italy is another institution here in Baltimore. It was for many years the heart of the Italian community and then became more of a tourist destination for people. Vaccaro's right there makes some of the best cannolis and desserts. Unfortunately, they're super pricey. But this place is a ghost town as well. And I don't know what's going on up here, so I am not going to go that way. There's Amici's and Sabatino's. Unbelievably sad, guys. And it's not just Baltimore, of course. It's many, many cities across the United States that are being devastated right now. Of course, people are dying. We hit over 650 cases today. Sabatino's, an institution here, shut down, closed until further notice. Germano's, Aldo's, Chiparelli's. This is another good one. I really, really feel sad for these restaurant owners. And I think, guys, that's why we have to do all we can to keep local restaurants and businesses afloat. It sounds somewhat elementary, but there are so many people out of work right now. Restaurant staffs have been, cut bone dry. They're just not there. There's Delicio's, another really good place. Feeling the effects. We have to support our local restaurants and our servers. Power Plant Live is another place. Huge concert venue with some really cool bars and nightclubs, and it is completely shut down. You would usually see a ton of people congregating out here. Nothing tonight. Baltimore Street, known for its salacious clubs. It's called The Block. All the lights are turned off. Nothing is going on here tonight. It's one of the seediest places. Back in the day, according to the generation before me, it used to be more of a classy stop. Not so much these days. Nothing going on at the aquarium. Power plant. We're across from the Inner Harbor right now. That's our World Trade Center. That building to the left. Another place that usually entertains a lot of crowds, attracts a lot of crowds. So if there's any good thing to be said about this is that people are abiding by the recommendations to stay at home and not to go out except for essential business. So our last stop of the night is going to be Federal Hill. Federal Hill is another party area, a place where a lot of college kids like to go. And we'll take a look and see the kind of damage that's been done there. So here we go. This is Cross Street Market in Federal Hill. This was another big party spot I used to spend many nights at. And it's another washout. Of course, I don't expect any place to be open. It's just amazing to see these things not open. The Stalking Horse. I don't even remember that. I haven't been down here in years. McGurk's. We have a McGurk's where I live. And this is the final sight of the night. M&T Bank Stadium, home of the Baltimore Ravens. It's not lit up in Ravens purple tonight, it's lit up in red, white, and blue. And I guess that's a symbol of unity that our country desperately needs now more than ever. This is visible from I-95, so when people come by and through the city or past the city, they can see this symbol. Make sure you guys are taking care of your local businesses. They are trying to take care of you. We have a couple favorite local businesses, so we chose some that we were going to patronize this week, and we'll be doing it again at the end of the week, just to make sure that we can support them. Some employers are desperate to find ways to pay their employees, even though they've been laid off temporarily. Some restaurants have even started gift card raffles, and that money is going towards supporting their employees. People are having a heck of a time getting through for unemployment benefits. And just remember, we're all in this together. It doesn't matter what political party you're a part of. These communities are our lifeline. We have brothers, sisters, relatives, friends that work here. And these places only survive when we're willing to give a little extra. So if you still have a job, if you're not one of the million of people that had to file for unemployment benefits this week, you're in a very blessed position. Take that blessing that you have. If you're not sure what you can do, if you're fearful of working on the front lines, take what money you have, whatever you can give, and go patronize these restaurants. Go support them. They desperately need your help. And a city, so much of a city, so much of its its geographical life is made up of restaurants and entertainment venues. So let's do what we can and try to make a difference during this very difficult time. Thanks for traveling with Trey, guys. I know that this was a difficult episode. It certainly was for me. Remember to like, subscribe, support. We had a trip coming up, and we had to cancel it. We were headed toward Belize and Guatemala, but Guatemala closed its border to Americans, so we will not be going. We pushed our trip back to the fall. Have a couple other things we're trying to line up for the summer. Some road trips with the family. We'll see how it works out depending on the environment and state of affairs that we're in right now. But, you know, I could use your support. I rarely ask for it. My channel is a labor of love, but knowing that you guys are out there and that we're all in this together certainly helps. Definitely would like to be in a position where I can monetize a little bit the channel, and that just depends on you guys watching my videos, which I know there's so many of you that do, and subscribing. You just subscribe, like, leave a comment. That ensures that the video gets out to other people and they can see what I'm doing and what's going on as well. So thanks again. I really, really appreciate your support. Everyone stay safe. Hug those in your immediate family, only those that you live with. Call other ones. Make sure you keep in contact with the people you love, and keep traveling with Trey. Take care.